What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode today of the My Player Career Mode. It's an exciting episode for you all today. Some important stuff happening. So bear with me as we go through the episode, guys, because it is going to require your concentration. So first up, we're taking on Germany for the quarterfinals of the World Cup, looking to take England one step closer to reaching that World Cup final by getting victory over the current world champions here. Of course, they won it in 2014. We are now in 2018, looking to take the crown away from the Germans, and we're going to have to knock them out on the way to doing that if we want to get there. So that's the first important thing coming up, guys. The second one is that you guys have a chance to vote on where Ben ends up for this upcoming season. I can confirm we have been given two offers of which you guys will have to vote on. You can vote by clicking the little I button on the top right hand side of the video. There will be the teams explained later on in the video and stuff, and you'll be able to have a kind of rundown on both teams that have given us an offer, and then you can make your decision by casting your vote on the I section. So I would recommend you don't skip the video or you don't cast your vote until you've seen the teams that are on offer, and also you've seen the players that are currently playing for them, because I do actually go through the teams, show you their current players and what they are currently playing in and stuff like that. So you can see them, both of them, later on in the video without skipping. But this is an important game for Ben and an important game for England. As you know, they got through the group and then they beat Argentina. Of course, Ben wasn't picked for that game. It was a Marcus Rashford penalty in the last episode that took England on to this quarterfinal against the world champions, and it was going to be a tough one. It really, really was. But 2 minutes into the game, England started off with an absolute flyer. Ben gets the ball into Dele Alli, receives it back very luckily from him, actually, but that is why Manuel Neuer is considered one of the greatest goalkeepers in the world right now, because he pulls off an unreal one-handed stop to deny Ben what would have been the opening goal only 2 minutes into this game. It was a good save. Ben kind of scuffed the shot because he didn't have a lot of time to react to Neuer coming out, but it is what it is, and that could have quite easily been 1-0 had Neuer not have made the save. But it didn't really go to plan in the second half, guys, because Germany started off the better team there, striking one off of the woodwork after Ben made the mistake by passing the ball straight to him. It was a good strike, though, and the Germans didn't really relieve us of pressure. They kept it up right until the last 12 minutes or so, and again went close, and it was the Germans who were really threatening now in this second half. England needed to try and get something in the game. They were really struggling to do so, and it just showed you why they were world champions. You know, they kept the pressure up right until the last few minutes of this game. Goretzka to Mustafi here on this right-hand side, and the centre-back from Arsenal hits an audacious effort goalwards that comes back off the post again. So now Germany have hit the post twice, and it's going to be one of those days for them, I think, where they're just going to do everything but score. But 5 minutes to go. Ben tries to find Dele Alli. Can't do that, but he runs straight through the middle of the German back four and smashes one past Manuel Neuer, saying, "You got your hands to the first one. You're not saving this one, son." And Ben gives England the lead with only 5 minutes remaining in this quarter-final. Is that going to be the goal that sends England through to the semi-finals of the World Cup? Or have Germany got one last say in what is going to happen during this one? You can see Neuer does get his fingertips to it, but it was too powerful for him. He couldn't keep it out. And at this stage, both teams are on a lot of attack, so it is going to be likely that chances do come in the last few minutes, and that's exactly what happened for Ben. He took his chance, and it looks like he may be sending England through to the semi-finals. But as I said, did Germany have one more say in what was going to happen during this game? And it was quite a tough day, actually, because, of course, Ben was against, Toni Kroos, who arguably is one of the best midfielders in the world, and it just showed because 2 minutes from time, Toni Kroos picks up the ball on the edge of the England penalty area and hits a beautiful left-footed shot, which ends up finding the back of the net. As I said, when it was coming up against, it's a bit of a step up, isn't it? When you're playing against championship midfielders, to then in the space of a month after that take on Toni Kroos, who is at Real Madrid and arguably one of the best midfielders in the world, it really was a step up, and that just shows you what he's capable of doing. So 2 midfielders with the goals in this game. Ben with one up the other end before it was equalised out no more than 4 minutes later by Toni Kroos, sent the game into extra time, and it was shaping up to be an unbelievable game between two very, very good sides. So as it stood, all square, if it stays the same way, it's going to be penalties after the 30 minutes. But Germany started off the better of the two in the extra time, guys. Toni Kroos picks it up here, feeds the ball to the Smeltzer on the left-hand side here, and he really should score this one. He's one-on-one with the keeper, and he sends it wide of that post, probably why he plays left-back and not striker. But 5 minutes to go, you're thinking, surely not. England haven't got what it takes to find this second goal here. Ben involved in the build-up. It comes here to, I do believe, Henderson plays it off to Keane, and just like Mustafi did, Keane has his effort that then goes onto the woodwork as well. So two defenders hitting the post in this game. Could have been two unbelievable goals for both centre-backs there, but sadly not. And with 5 minutes to go, it was still 1-1, looking like penalty shootout, and that's exactly the way it was going to go. So England have a lot to be proud of. Taking the current world champions to penalties is not an easy feat to do. And with 5 minutes to go in normal time, it looked as if actually England were going to knock them out without even having to go to penalties from courtesy of Ben Wood's goal. But of course, Toni Kroos hits back. That's why he's one of the best midfielders in the world. And it's going to be penalties here for the two sides to see who is going to advance to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Manuel Neuer pulled off some big saves in that game there. That one coming to man against Ben only 2 minutes into it. Had he have not done that, could have been a much different game. So, Germany taking on England in a penalty shootout. Goretzka up first for the Germans. Which way is he going to go? Steps up to the plate, goes to the right-hand side, and it is saved by Jack Butland. Now it's up until, I do believe, Jamie Vardy with this one up against Manuel Neuer. Goes the same way as Goretzka, and this one is also saved by Manuel Neuer. Timo Werner now for the world champions, the number 9 here. Let's see if he can slot his penalty home. Long run up from the German, and he goes to the right, in off the post. Decent spot kick. Germany lead by a goal to 0. Oxlade-Chamberlain now for England. Of course, they've taken a second penalty, so if they can score, they will be even with the Germans. Chambo steps up, and he goes down the right-hand side. And honestly, just a really bad penalty from Oxlade-Chamberlain. It was simple save for Neuer to make 1-0 down, with Gundogan looking to make it 2. And that is an emphatic penalty from him. Makes the score 2-0. Now Ben Wood, at 20 years of age, what is he going to do? Goes to the right. Neuer guesses down the middle. Ben has scored in the shootout. A lot of pressure on him there as well, but he keeps his nerve and scores. Then Muller steps up, and it is saved by Butland. Looks as if England might have a comeback on here if Raheem Sterling can score his spot kick up against Neuer, and he does it emphatically. Back all square, guys. 2-2. Bellarabi now for Germany. What's he going to do with his spot kick? Goes to the right. Butland guesses down the middle, and he scores his spot kick, meaning the skipper, Jordan Henderson for England, has to score, otherwise we are going home. Henderson, up he steps, and he misses it. He goes right, and it slides past the post. Neuer wouldn't have made the save if it had been on target, but agonizingly for England, guys, that is it. That's going to be where they end off their World Cup journey. Manuel Neuer and the rest of the boys of Germany celebrate their penalty shootout victory as they somehow managed to run through the billboard. Don't quite understand that. But anyways, it was just disappointing, you know, to have a penalty shootout and fight over the course of 5 penalties, only score 2 of them. It's not great, and especially when you consider, you know, there was a lot of pressure on Ben. He had something to prove as to why he was picked for this team in Russia in 2018, coming from the championship. People questioned it. They said, why on earth would you pick a championship player? He scored the goal that looks as if it was going to send England through to the semis. No, steps up, keeps his nerve in the shootout, and slots home against Manuel Neuer, an unbelievable goalkeeper. But it was Jordan Henderson with the deciding penalty as he put it wide of the post. Toni Kroos goes through, Germany go through, looking to defend their World Cup victory in 2014. I suppose you just have to give them luck, I guess, and say, you know, good luck for the future in that one. But it is disappointing, you know, because, as I say, 5 minutes to go, England won a lot for a Ben Wood goal, and it looked as if they were going to go through, and just like that, Toni Kroos equalises, they go out on penalties. So there's a lot of positive to take out from the journey in the World Cup this time. I mean, it is one of them situations where you look at it and say, Ben had an unbelievable tournament. You know, he did very, very well. He scored the goals when he required it, and he stepped up in the penalty shootout and slotted his home. So I think England in general, they can be proud of the way they played. They took the world champions to a penalty shootout and arguably could have gone through. It just is one of those things, you know. So I'm sure England will come back better than ever in the next game or the next World Cup that we have. Of course, it's Euros next, though, guys. So we'll see if Ben's picked for that one down the line. So after that, Ben took to Twitter to basically give his, I guess, input on how the tournament went and stuff. And you can see what he put right now on the screen. He put, gutted is an understatement, which is understandable. I am proud of how he played. There's a lot we can take and learn from this. Thank you for the incredible support. Of course, that means to the fans. So that was his celebration after he scored against Germany, which is something that you can say, you know, tell his grandkids, I guess, he scored against Germany in a World Cup, which is not something that everybody does. Now, we're on to the 2 transfer offers for Ben. So away from the World Cup disappointment now, we have 2 offers on the table. The first one coming in from Liverpool. So, of course, Henderson, Chamberlain, these type of players that we were playing with in the World Cup. Henderson, of course, missing that penalty, could be a future teammate of Ben, depending on what you guys vote for. So, this is the Liverpool team that you're about to see on the screen. There's a few players in there that I'm glad that they still have, and a couple of players as well that may be a bit of an issue for us if Ben does decide to go to Liverpool from your guys' votes. You can see the team as I'm going down. They've still got Lovren, they've still got Matip, they still need to improve their centre-backs, which of course is something they need to do in real life as well. They've got Moreno, they've got, I do believe, Grimaldo is there, so that's a very, solid left-back. In terms of their midfield, they've got a strong midfield. Henderson, Chamberlain, Wijnaldum, Emre Can is still there, and I think they've actually got Lallana still there as well. And they've got, of course, Ben, if he decides to go, which is why I had to basically accept the offer and go over so you could see the team, guys, before it. But, of course, I will go with whichever one you guys vote for. I do have the 2 save files ready to go. They still got Mane, Firmino, Salah, Felipe Coutinho, Divock Origi, Sturridge as well, to name a few guys in there. So that could be number 1 team for you guys to vote on. The second team is coming from Spurs. Now, there is a little bit of a difference in wage, but of course we're not bothered about that. It is going to be Spurs, the next team who gave us an offer. Of course, the bonus with Spurs is that they play at Wembley. So our home games would basically be played at Wembley. So we get a nice attempt to be able to play at Wembley a load of times. So there is that bonus to it as well. So added to that, alongside, of course, Liverpool playing at Anfield, 2 very good grounds. I'll be looking forward to playing at both of them, whichever one you guys choose. So their team, I would say, on paper, is stronger than that of Liverpool's, and we probably have the best chance of winning the Premier League, maybe at Spurs here. And one thing to note, I went into this to show you their teams, and actually, Dele Alli no longer plays for Spurs. So I'm wondering if Spurs have decided to make this move happen as a replacement for Dele Alli, because he's actually left the club. I don't know where he's gone. I checked out the squad report and I couldn't see him on it. You can see me, I'm scrolling through and I was like, where's Dele Alli? Eventually I realized he wasn't in the team. So I'm wondering if this deal that Spurs have tried to make for Ben Wood from Wolverhampton Wanderers is based on the fact that he played alongside Dele Alli in the World Cup and had a good performance, and also as a replacement for Dele Alli. So we'll have to see if that is actually the case. I mean, they've still got, I think Eriksen is still there. And they have a whole bunch of new players as well that are pretty good as well. They've got a load of new signings. Eriksen is, in fact, still there, so as it can. He'd be playing against Eriksen, trying to get into the team over Christian Eriksen. But even so, it's still a possibility. Harry Kane is still there as well. So a very, very good striker to get onto those through balls and hopefully finish the moves off even better. So as I said, it's basically, guys, we can join Liverpool with Ben, or he can go and be Dele Alli's replacement over at Spurs. It's over to you guys to cast your vote. You can see on the screen right now, Liverpool or Tottenham. You can vote by pressing the I button on the top right-hand side of this video. Cast your vote there, guys. As I said to you earlier on, hopefully you stayed and watched the 2 teams so you can use that in your decision to vote with, guys. But thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you all for the next episode of this one, hopefully from tomorrow, guys. If not, definitely the day after that one. I'm excited to see what's up for Ben next, and hopefully you guys are as well. I'll see you all again at 6 p.m. UK time tonight, guys. Hopefully, if not, 4 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Catch you all then, guys. Adios.